Are gated communities in Chandler, Arizona actually worth it? Sure, they look beautiful, they feel private, and yes, some of them have lakes, gates, palm trees, walking paths, and that polished, I have my life together entrance. But before you fall in love with the gate, there are a few things you really need to know, especially when it comes to HOA fees, rules, road maintenance, repaving, and what that gate actually does and does not mean. So today we're talking about some of the very best gated communities in Chandler, Arizona, what buyers like about them, and what you should look into before buying. So hi, I am Megan Haynes with Heart to Home AZ at Realty One Group. And if you're thinking about moving to Gilbert, Chandler, Queen Creek, or anywhere in Arizona's East Valley, this channel is designed to help you understand what living here is really like before making a move. This video goes along with our blog on our East Valley Living Guide, where we break down Chandler neighborhoods, real estate tips, and what it actually feels like to live in different parts of the East Valley. Now, today we are focusing on gated communities in Chandler. And real quick, before we get into this list, best really depends on what you are looking for. Now, some buyers want luxury lakefront living and some want a smaller custom home community. Some want newer, low maintenance living, and some just want less traffic coming through the neighborhood, which is why I would want to live in a gated community. So this is not a one size fits all list. It is more of a, hey, here are some communities you should know about kind of list. We went out and looked for the most searched gated communities in Chandler. So when people search for gated communities in Chandler, there are a few names that just tend to come up again and again. And you will see Fulton Ranch, Ocotillo, Valerio at Ocotillo, Valencia, Lagos, Vistoso, Oakwood Hills, Arden Park, Circle G at Riggs Homestead, Vasaro, and Fox Crossing. Now, some of these are fully gated communities, and some are these larger master plan neighborhoods that have gated sections. And this is a really important distinction and difference. When you're looking at homes online, do not assume that the whole neighborhood is behind a gate. You really want to verify whether that specific property is gated, what HOA it belongs to, and what that HOA covers. So let's get started with Fulton Ranch. Okay, this is such a beautiful neighborhood. It's so popular. It's one of the most recognized communities in Chandler. It's in South Chandler and it has a beautiful lake community feel with water features, walking paths, green spaces, and a mix of homes. Now, this neighborhood goes all the way from townhomes all the way up to large luxury properties. And some sections of Fulton Ranch are gated and some may not be. So this is something to confirm with every single property. Now, buyers like Fulton Ranch because it feels polished. It has beautiful landscaping, lake views in some areas, and easy access to shopping, dining, the Price Corridor, Loop 202, and downtown Chandler. It is a great location. The thing to watch here is the HOA structure. You have a master association, a sub-association, or different rules depending on where the home is located. So you really want to take the time to read those HOA documents carefully. Now, in Ocotillo at Valerio and Valerio at Ocotillo, okay, Ocotillo is not just one gated neighborhood. It's a large master planned area in South Chandler. Now, this area has lakes, golf courses, restaurants, condos, townhomes, single family homes, and gated pockets throughout it. Now, I love Ocotillo because it is one of those areas where you can have water views in the desert, which feels a little funny to say, but it is true. And it's just such a beautiful area to live. Valerio Ocotillo is one of the newer gated communities buyers may see pop up when they're searching in this area. Now, it can appeal to buyers who want the Ocotillo location, but prefer a more lock and leave or lower maintenance lifestyle. The thing to watch in Ocotillo is that every subdivision can be different. There are different HOA fees, different rules, different maintenance responsibilities, and most importantly, different home ages. So this is not an area where you really want to generalize too much. Okay, Valencia and Valencia 2 are very popular with buyers looking for a more upscale South Chandler feel. Now, these communities are known for larger homes, attractive architecture, and gated enclaves. They can be a great option if you want more space, a polished neighborhood, and a quieter residential setting. The trade-off is that inventory may be limited and the homes can come with higher price points and higher maintenance costs. Larger homes, bigger lots, pools, landscaping, and luxury finishes all need to be factored into the overall cost of ownership. Now, when you look at Lagos Vistoso, it's a gated lake community and it's in South Chandler. It has single family homes, walking path lakes, and a more peaceful kind of neighborhood feel. Now, this one can appeal to buyers who like the idea of a gated lake community, but may not be looking at the highest end luxury price points that are in Chandler. The big thing to review here is lake maintenance and HOA reserves. Anytime a community has lakes, gates, landscaping, or private roads, you want to understand how those things are funded long term. Now, Oakwood Hills is one of Chandler's more exclusive custom home gated communities. It's absolutely stunning. It's a small, private feeling and known for these large custom homes, larger lots, and luxury estate feel. Now, there are not a lot of homes in Oakwood Hills, so inventory is naturally very limited. Buyers like it because it feels special. It does not feel like a standard subdivision. But with custom luxury homes, you want to pay close attention to maintenance. Okay, things like roofs, pool systems, irrigation, landscaping, specialty finishes, guest spaces, and garages can all add up. They're beautiful, yes. Low maintenance, usually not. Okay, then there's a whole bunch of these other neighborhoods we're just going to touch on really quick. And there are a few names worth knowing: Arden Park, Circle G at Riggs Homestead, Vasaro, and Fox Crossing. Arden Park is gated and can offer larger homes and unique floor plans. Circle G at Riggs Homestead is known for larger lots and custom estate style homes, and it appeals to buyers who want more space and less of that cookie cutter feel you see in a lot of neighborhoods around. Vasaro is a smaller scale gated community in South Chandler with a more private feel. And Fox Crossing is a larger master plan community, and depending on the specific section and property, it may come up in gated community searches. Now, as always, verify the exact home and the HOA details. So I think it's important to talk about the pros and cons a little bit about living with a gate. So let's talk the pros first. The first pro is privacy and less through traffic in many gated communities. You may not have as many people cutting through the neighborhood, and that's the reason why I would want to live in one. The second is the appearance. Now, there are HOAs all over Arizona, but sometimes they're a little stricter in gated communities, so it kind of can up the look of the whole feel of the neighborhood. The third pro is the amenities, and they sometimes have extra amenities. Most neighborhoods around here do have amenities, but sometimes they have clubhouses or fitness spaces a little bit more than some of the other areas do. And the fourth is the resale appeal. Some buyers specifically search for gated communities, so it can be a nice feature when it's time to sell. So what are some of the cons of living? I know this is the less glamorous part, but I think it needs to be addressed. Note that the HOA fees can be higher. Gates, roads, lakes, landscaping, lights, pools, insurance, and management all cost money. Rules can also be a little bit stricter. As we mentioned, you may have rules about exterior paint, landscaping, parking, trailers, holiday decor, and even how long your trash cans can be visible. And then there is gate life. Okay, gates break, gate codes change, delivery drivers call you from the entrance while you're in the shower. It's just all part of having a gate and the experience. And the biggest things buyers forget to ask about is road maintenance. Okay, this one in some gated community roads are private, and that means that HOA is responsible for maintenance, sealing, resurfacing, or repaving. If the HOA has planned well and has a strong reserve, great. If not, homeowners could potentially see higher dues or special assessments. So before buying, ask, are the roads public or private, and who pays when they need work? What you should know and what you should review is very important before you buy in a gated community. You need to make sure you review the HOA budget, reserve studies, meeting minutes, CC&Rs, rules and regulations, rental restrictions, parking rules, gate maintenance, road ownership, and any upcoming projects or special assessments that the neighborhood has. It's not the most exciting reading material. I can promise you it's super boring. I do it all the time. And you're probably not going to want to curl up with a wine on Friday night, but it might be where you spend your Friday night when you're choosing to buy a house. It's very important. But this is where you find the information that can really affect your day-to-day life and your budget. So let's wrap up with a few facts about this. So are gated communities safer? A gate may help control access and reduce through traffic, but it's not guaranteed for safety. HOA, are they fees higher? And sometimes, yes, the community, if you have private roads, lakes, and extra HOA, things like that, it can be a little bit more. Who pays for repaving? And that depends on whether the roads are public or private. If they're private, it might be the HOA. Can you rent a home out in a gated community? Maybe, but many HOAs have rental restrictions, so you want to review the documents first. Are gated communities good for resale? They can be, but resale still depends on price, condition, location, fees, and the market. So if you're looking at gated communities in Chandler, do not just shop by the gate or the neighborhood sign, okay? Look at the full picture, the home, the HOA, the rules, the fees, the reserves, the road maintenance, and the lifestyle. And if you want help comparing gated communities in Chandler or anywhere in the East Valley, please reach out to us. I'm Megan Haynes with Heart to Home AZ at Realty One Group, and we would love to help you find the right home and the right neighborhood for the way you actually want to live.